Good morning once again and welcome. This time, it's the program Accelerate Lagos. The program is brought to you courtesy the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. All right, this program is designed to connect with business owners, MSMEs in Lagos, in holding your hands through the journey of running your day-to-day activities, running your business, as long as it is situated in Lagos. My name is Taiwo Barua, and today on the program, we shall be talking bookkeeping in business, the bookkeeping practice in business. Okay, that's apparently one area where a lot of people actually, I don't want to use the word fail now, perhaps maybe that's the right word to use. Most of us just want to run a business just to make the money and spend. Is that how it works? Is that how the blue chip companies, achieve or attain that level? We'll find out from the analyst in the house this morning. My guest on the show this morning is Olapeju Nwanganga, and she is the CEO, founder, Ploutos Page Limited. Good morning to you, Olapeju.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Very good to have you in the studio. All right, I asked the question, a few seconds ago that the blue chip companies that we see today, that we all envy, I want to work in this kind of organization. We see small business and we're looking at it, that how much can they offer? But then those blue chip companies that we see, how did they get to that point? Tell me the power of bookkeeping in achieving what they have been able to achieve.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so like you said, the blue chip company. So of course, they didn't just swing their hands and they are where they are today. And for even an individual to aspire to work with them.
Yes.
So it's something they work on something aside, of course, generating revenue. Of course, there's a part of them recording their transactions.
Yes.
For them to even offer you big salaries, there's something they would have actually projected that salary. The accountant or the finance person would definitely do the analysis before they even employ at all, before they even put out adverts there. That they need somebody. So they've done their in-house work. They've done their analysis. They've done their projections for them to even come up with an advert in the first place. So envying such company, they put in so much work in terms of bookkeeping and record keeping. So bookkeeping is actually very important for business. And fine, some business owners tell themselves that, I'm still a small business. I don't think I need it. But that's not true.
But they're actually small.
Yeah.
In the sense of it.
True. But they need it. The thing is, the thing about bookkeeping, like I said this morning to someone, is an habit. It's something that you get used to.
Yes.
You understand? The thing is, what you're not doing when you are small, when you become big, you would not do it. You can't start it overnight. Okay. So when you have a small business and you're not keeping records, by the time you expand,
you will
not keep records, and it will land you in problems. You understand? So, and I've seen so many businesses that have shut down due to all this inefficiencies and lack of record keeping and unable to track some things. So it's actually very important, no matter how small your business is.
All right, then, very important, no matter how small your business is. Let's talk about your own personal business. What is Ploutos all about?
Okay, so Ploutos Page is a bookkeeping bookkeeping company for small businesses. So how we started Ploutos Page Limited, let me start with myself. Okay, so when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a doctor. Very funny. Yeah, I attended my secondary school as a science student because one of the reasons why I attended as a science student was because I had this gist that, science students are always very serious. They are very, they're not unserious people. So I want to be amongst the serious people. So I joined.
In the real sense of it, life is not that serious. I mean, if you ask me.
So you understand. So and the next thing was not just science alone. If you want to study medicine, you are more serious. So I just want to be serious. So I wanted to be a doctor. So as I said, I was going to be, I'm going to study medicine.
You have to be serious with figures.
Yeah, I was very serious. So, so after my secondary school, of course, JAM was there with,
when the era of jamming
people. So I had to help my mom. My mom then, she had over 5 stores in the open market then. So I was helping her to sell, just waiting for admission and helping her to sell. I go there every day. Monday through Saturdays, and morning throughout the day. So I help her. So she goes to the market to buy bulk to refill whatever thing that is not they don't have in the store, just to keep it keep sales going up. So I was helping her. I was able to understand aspect of business while I was with her. Well, she was making money like as far back as 2008 or 9. She can sell between 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. 500,000 naira. Yeah.
Wow.
That's for the morning. Then between.
How are you able to know this?
Yes, I was able to know this because once she has a carton where she puts money, where we put the money. Okay. So she tell me that once it's 10, go and check the carton, bring out the big what's it called, currencies, and keep the change there.
Okay.
So I bring out 1,500, all those things, and bring everything out and leave 20 naira, 5 naira, 10 naira, all those things, 50 naira and 100 naira. So I'll leave it there. So I'll pack out the 200. So I'll count it. So I know how much is there. That this is what you have here. You understand? So I know that this is 500,000 between 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yes, 10 a.m. Okay. 10 a.m. Yes. So once it's now 12 p.m., another sales will come in like that, maybe like 200K. That's to the end of the day, which is maybe 6 p.m. we close. So she makes money on a daily basis like that. So the next thing was, so she was seeing the money. Then the next thing she decided, okay, I think I need to start my building project. You understand? So she started building her own house and then trying to do some capital project like that. So after some years, I noticed that the business started going down. Like she was unable to restock. She was unable to even meet up with creditors. What was it called? The repayments and all those things. Like creditors are the people that gives like their suppliers. She was unable to meet up with some things, and so like what's going on? That are we not? So we said, there's no money again. Why is there no money? I used to do this one. I've started the bidding projects. I've done this. I've done that. So then the next thing, the stock started going down, and the next thing she packed up and she left the market. Wow! And that was it. So so of course I was still looking for admission, and she was like, instead of me to stay at home, why not look for a place to work? Of course, I started working with some other business. So where I work and outside, so I was have access to other businesses as well, small businesses, and I noticed the same thing. The same that happened to my mom happened to them. I was like, what's going on? So it was that moment I started developing interest in figures and to help people keep money, to help people keep track of their record, because I noticed that what the issue with my mom was because she the money she was saying, she thought that she didn't have a full grasp of her entries. She was only doing debtors and credit. My debtors, my creditors, and inventory. She's not tracking inventory, so she doesn't know what was going on. It was later we found out that somebody was stealing stock in one of her stores that she couldn't have access to. Like she has a place where she's doing the sales. She has a place like a store where she keeps her products. So there was somebody that was always good. So that place is always opened. Someone is always entering that place to pack, to steal the stock. So because she's not counting it, she doesn't know something was missing. So the person was stealing every day. So the capital was going down every day. So the cash that she was saying, so she see her own cash as all her inflows as her profits. Meanwhile, there's a place for capital. Every business they usually have a capital.
True.
How they start the business. So that capital, you must not touch it. Because the moment you touch it, your business will start going down. You understand? So whatever thing you have is let's say your inflows, you need to deduct your maybe expenses and all those things like that. So she was just taking all her inflows as a profit, and she just take it to her site like that. So there was no money again to buy more products in the market and into the shop, and there's no way to sell more like that. So that's actually gave me the inspiration that I need to help small business. I think this is a problem, and that's what gave me that interest that okay, I think I have to study accounting, and
so
and that was it.
talking about inventory, are there some other common mistakes business owners make, that actually that ends them up in this kind of mess of folding up?
A lot. So aside inventory is very, very key. In fact, inventory is number one because the inventory is an asset. You understand? Yeah, it's an asset. Let's say, for instance, you're selling what's it called? You're selling fish in the market. So that fish is your inventory, and that's an asset. You understand? So if you're not keeping track of that thing very well, let's say you have a cold room or you are selling turkey, all those things in cartons. You're not keeping track of that thing, and let's say you have a staff that is stealing every day. The person is taking your capital. The person is taking your money. And if you're not doing that, if you're not keeping track of that, you just find out that one day you don't have anything again. So if you have where you are actually keeping track of all those things, so when something is missing, you know that something is missing. So you are able to call whoever is in charge of that thing, that this thing is not there. You understand? And some people, even speaking of inventory, they have expired products in their store that they don't even know. Some of them, because of the way they pile their stock, like, is not well arranged. Some have a very small
space.
Store. Yeah. So they just pack everything, and some products are expired, and they can't even what's it called? They can't even identify that. So it's, let's say they're not doing like environmental this thing, and they're trying to pack some things out. That's when they begin to see some products that are expired over like some over 1 year, over 6 months. By the time they count it, it's millions.
That's huge loss.
So that's it. So it's not only inventory, there are other things.
All right, Lagos. This morning we're talking bookkeeping practice and business on Accelerate Lagos. My guest is Olapeju Nwanganga. She is the CEO and founder, Ploutos Page Limited. You can be a part of the conversation this morning, especially if you own a business in Lagos. If you need to have a clear understanding of how to handle your business, bookkeeping in your business, keeping stock, in your business, man, it's an opportunity, right, for you to, tap from a wealth of knowledge. Perhaps you have to pay for this outside of the studio. This is a free opportunity for you. You can call in to ask any question of your concern. Let's quickly tell you that the roads are wet across the metropolis. Please drive it carefully. It's good to know that, the rains came, and within a short while it has stopped. So please, let's just keep it that way. Keep moving. Should you see any life-threatening situation, call the emergency toll-free lines on 767 or 112. All right. When record keeping is gone wrong, what are some of the real-world consequences, business owners face?
Okay, so the consequences is the first thing is, of course, your cash flow. There'll be an issue with your cash flow. Let's say your record keeping. Of course, when your record keeping is wrong, definitely you will start spending what you should not spend. You should not spend, like your capital. Begin to eat into your capital, and that begins to reduce your your whole evaluation of the business. It begins to drop. You are unable to buy more, to even sell more, because the thing about businesses that, let's say for those that have a physical product now, if you are not unable to buy more, you can't sell more. So if you sell more, you have more money. You can make more profit. There's more profit margin for you to make. But when you're unable to sell more, you can't make as much as what you should make on a daily basis or monthly. So the first thing is that you are unable to buy more. Then the next thing is it begins to reduce your assets. Then the next thing is, by the time your asset is now reduced, you have people that you are meant to pay. You can't pay them again. That's your debtors. Your creditors. And also, maybe, let's say you have a staff, you have people that are working with you, you're unable to pay them salaries. So it won't just affect only you, it affect people that are working with you. And the next thing, your business is going to go down. And usually the next thing is to shut down the business.
Shutting down the business can mean a whole lot. We are in the era of people, being a lot more aware of their mental status. Accounting and bookkeeping are just, they are things that can be overwhelming. As a matter of fact, financial accounting back then in secondary school, is a reason why you find a lot of people in art class. A lot of people do not want to deal with figures.
Exactly.
But from your perspective, what's usually the biggest mental or practical hurdle entrepreneurs face, and how do you suggest they overcome it?
Okay, so to be honest, bookkeeping is not easy. It's actually work. And
when you say it's work, you're scaring people.
No, not it's work in the sense that
they will say, "Hey, I said
that was why I said it's an habit." So like I said when we started this session, if you don't do it while you are small, when you are big, you will not do it. You understand? So it's an habit that you need to you keep doing it every day. Let's say your business is very small, you're nano business or a very micro business. So you are the only one doing the business. You are the only staff, so it's very easy for you to keep simple things like your expense, what you have spent, invoices, that's your sales. You can track that. Then the next thing is you can track your debtors, people that are owing you, your creditors. You can easily do those things. So you don't even need to go deep into your balance sheet or those income statements. You don't need all those things. Because if you do that one, of course, that one you will need that knowledge of accounting to do that. You understand? But bookkeeping is very basic. It's something that happens on a daily basis. So anything that happens in your business, you are documenting it. So you understand? So it's not easy, but at the same time, it's something that you can actually do if you are doing it while you are small. By the time you now expand, and of course, when you expand, you are getting more cash flow, more revenue. So you can employ somebody, maybe just someone to help, and the person that you're going to employ, you don't need to pay the person big money. You can tell the person, this is how I've been doing it. You can just put the person through what you're doing. But most people, once they expand like that, they want to employ someone that they can just put their problem pour their problem on the person.
Okay, so I don't want to pour my problem on anybody now. Give me a basic a practical knowledge for the sake of those listening to us now. This is like a free opportunity to have an idea of what a regular bookkeeping table looks like. I mean, I already know that I bought this item for so price. I am selling it for so price. I should make profit of so price. But then all of these are just a layman knowledge from an expert knowledge. What should regular bookkeeping, is a ledger now, whatever it is called, what should it look like? What should the table contain?
Okay, all right. So for those, there are some business owners that are that kind of literate. You understand? They understand some things. They can use their mobile phone. There are different bookkeeping apps that they can.
We're going far with mobile phone. Okay. Can we
let's start with
pen and paper?
So pen and paper now. For pen and paper. So for pen and paper, it's very easy.
If you can do pen and paper successfully,
it's very easy to use mobile app.
Yes.
So for pen and paper, you have for the invoice. Let's say you want to record a sales. So you have your dates, which is very important. You need to know the dates when the thing happened. Then of course your your details like what has the person gotten from you? That's the what's called your customer. What's the person buying the product, the details of the product. You put it there. Then the amount of what you have sold out, the quantity. How many is the person buying? Is it 1 or 2 or 5? Then the price by
value.
1. Then multiply by the quantity. Then you get your total. So then another thing that you need to really do is your cost. Your cost is very important because your cost price is not the same thing as your selling price. Your cost price is how much you bought that thing in the market. So your selling price is how much you are selling to your customer. So the difference between your cost and your selling price is your own profit. So you need to be very careful about that. So even before you even set the selling price, you need to sit down when you come back from the market. Usually, what most people usually do is they omit the amount, the landing cost of that product. They only take into consideration the cost of buying. The amount of the. So let's say that they bought a pen in the market for 10 naira. So they just put that 10 naira. Okay, they just wing their head and said, oh, I will sell it for 15 naira. That's 14 naira gain. Difference. Do you understand? But what about the cost of going to the market, the transportation and all those things? You need to take that into consideration. So those are the things. When you get that So you can always write that out.
When you put all of that together and your price doesn't appear the same as your next door neighbor, what happens?
No, now that's the issue. Usually when people see that my neighbor is selling this for this amount, they tend to sell it the same way, which is very, very wrong. Because number one, you need to understand, you need to know where you are buying your own product from. You need to find out, you need to look for a good supplier. You understand? To be sure that your supplier is not selling, is not pushing his or her own cost to you. So that's why it's always good as a business owner, especially those that sell physical products. You need to be very, 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 very vigilant. Check your supplier. You can check around you can have a pool of suppliers to know the cost of that product, and also check your competitor, how much are they selling. For them to sell this amount, that means they're buying for this amount. So that's where you're able to select your supplier. So when you're able to select your supplier, of course, you now look at the landing cost and add the whole thing, then you now get your selling price, then you sell, so that you'll be able to sell with your neighbor that is selling at a cheaper price. So you won't just say because the person is selling this product is cheaper than my own, let me just bring down my price. But meanwhile, what you bought in the market is more than what the person, like the cost of that your your product is more than what the person is got his or her own from. So it's not you can't use that to judge. You have to check your own supplier.
All right, Lagos, you're listening to Accelerate Lagos. My guest on the show today is Olapeju Nwanganga, and of course, she is the CEO founder, Ploutos Page Limited. You can be a part of the conversation by calling 0915 387 7127. I'll take that again, 0915 387 7127. You can also send a text or WhatsApp platform on 0809 9120 777. That's if you're not able to put a call through. I would like to hear from you. Share your thoughts and your concerns. Moving on now, Olapeju, let's talk 2 to 3 simple, actionable steps small business owners can take to improve their financial record keeping, even if they are not financial experts.
Okay, so well, it's just like start from wherever you are. Even if you are a small business owner, just do a simple table, like I was explaining the last thing, that just keep dates, transaction details, the quantity, and the price. You understand? Then you are able to calculate how much is coming in. Then your expenses, you record it. I spent this amount. I paid this person. Then the next thing is your purchase. You record your purchase as well. Then at the end of the day, you are able to do your calculation, just looking at what has come in, your inflows and your outflows, to check if you have made profit or loss. You understand? Then that will guide you. Let's say you made loss today, so you now find out why do I have a negative balance? You understand? Then it's very easy when you do it on a daily basis. It's very easy for you to spot any error. If you have any issue, let's say you are even incurring losses, you are able to know, and you're able, so then you can trace it to see where the losses are actually coming from. Then when you situate it there, you are able to make corrections. But when you're not tracking it, you will not know. So at the end of the year, what happens? You've incurred so many losses. So the simple way is, if you cannot even use a phone, just use your pen and paper. Meanwhile, our company, we have a software for businesses, for small businesses, but we now look at it that there are people that are excluded at the bottom of the pyramid, which are people that don't even know how to use a computer and let's say a mobile phone, and that's why we decided to launch another product, which is a pen on paper kind of method.
Yes.
You understand? So it's a booklet. The booklet is very, very interesting. It has different characters, different cartoon characters. It explains what you should, to tell you that this is your sales. It will describe what sales it explain to you what the meaning of sales is, so that you know what to put. So then it tell you, it show you another page, expenses. It will tell you what an expense is, and what you should put, like that. So that's a pen on paper stuff. You get, so if you can't have access to that, you can use your own exercise book. Just I've seen some people that have a like an higher education or hardcover notebook that they use their pen and their ruler to divide You understand that today is 11th of June 2025. Okay, this one is sales. The next page is purchase. The next page is expenses. They begin to record it like that. That's very simple. So that if you can't access what I just explained, and that's our home booklet, because we have a booklet for market people, for people in the market that they can use. They don't need to start using their exercise book or maybe higher education to start using their hand to rule out. So that one is there. It's self-explanatory and it has different languages. So you can use it to just put your own, your daily records there. I've done this, I've done that.
Let's look at how bookkeeping, record keeping can actually help in averting, losses or loss, as it were, as regards goods getting expired. Are there chances that record keeping can actually help mitigate the risk of having expired products in a store?
Yes, very well. So the first one is, let me start with the manual hone. Then we now go to the digital. Yeah, for the manual, well, it may be a bit kind of it will be work, because what it means is that your inventory, which is your stocks, you've listed them out. Okay, let's say you're just buying goods into the store. So you have you have details of your purchase.
Yes.
So you put them down on that your higher education or your hardcover notebook. You put the details of the product, the name of the product, the quantity, and the date you have purchased that product. Then you put your cost price. Then you put your expiry dates. You write it out. You put it out. You understand? But now the issue with this manual part is that the expiry date, now you have put them out. So it's possible that you're so busy that you don't have time to check. You understand? That's where there's a limitation. But for the software, like our own software now, like Pepcode is our bookkeeping software for small businesses. So there's a place where you write, you put the you slot in the expiry date. So once the expiry date is closed, the system will remind you that this product is going to expire in so date. You understand? And once the product has expired, it will show you the red, like a red pop-out will come up that this product has expired. So so that's one. But when you write it manually, it's possible you forget. But now for us, which is our booklet that we do in the market, we have agents. So the agent is able to check. So for the agent, once the agents check the booklet, like now you have the booklet, you put the expired product there. So the agent, like now that the other product, which is a digital product, that is, the agent has already done the physical part. The agent will put it on a system. So that system will tell the agent that this person's product is going to expire in the next few days. So the agent can tell you that, oh, madam, your product is going to expire in the next few days. So that is either you take it back to your company to change it or to do something or to sell it off. You understand? So that one is actually better than you only you doing the write up.
Okay.
Because you may forget because you are busy. You're selling every day.
You've been operating in this space for quite some time. You mentioned something just now that if you have goods that are about to get to expire, or you have expired product, you can take it back to the company to swap. Is it possible? Does it happen?
Yes, it happens. Like some of our customers that are distributors, and some retailers, there's a policy that some companies have that once the product has expired, you can bring it back. They'll give you another one. Yes. But some, it doesn't happen like that. It depends on the product and the company policy.
Okay.
So some you are able. Why some people they will just sell it to another person, and some people they have expired product, they will sell it, which is very bad.
Let's talk about your agent at Ploutos. How does it work? How do you operate?
Okay. So can you go back again?
Your agents. You said you have agents in the market.
Okay. All right. So so the way we work, we just launched a new product, which is OWA by Pepcode. So OWA means Open Market Women Amplified. Okay. So it's targeted towards people in the open market, people that sell in the market. So we did some research. I think that was in May. We went to different markets. Went to My 12, went to Arena and Ikorodu markets in Sabo in Ikorodu. So where we had interactions with women in the market, because I think the reason why we decided to face women was because we have large number of women in the market that sell. You understand? So we noticed that app cannot work for them. App cannot work. It's not everything that app will solve. You understand? So fine, we have an app, but we notice that there are still some lapses. You understand? And some businesses are moving some amount and they need bookkeeping. So and they cannot use app. So that's why we decided to come up with this product. So we of course we did it with the help of a program that we were able to. We got into a program in Lagos Business School that helped us to map out this. And
yes.
So we're able to come up with this product, and so it's actually an agent led. So now how the agents work is they go to the market. So they onboard the market people. The first thing they do is to count their stock, their inventory, put it on the booklet. That's the booklet I just mentioned that has.
Is it for free?
Yes, it's free. It's a free financial tool. Because the reason why we made it free is so that everybody can have access to it. Because we want to help many businesses. Because we believe that micro or nano business today can be a company tomorrow. All the companies that we are seeing today started from somewhere.
True.
You understand? So that's it. So the business, so the agent go to the market, into the business owner, the user gets the what's it called, the total inventory, and put it on the booklet, get their balances like the cash or maybe POS balance. So once that is done, then the agent goes back at the end of the week. It's a weekly visit.
Okay.
To now look at what has happened. So we have that booklet where we give the market people where you can put your purchase, your what's it called, your sales, expenses and all those things. There's even your personal drawings, you just put it there. So once the agent comes in, the agent will check and do the reconciliation. Of course, the market woman will not get everything right. So the work of the agent is to get the reconciliation right, and then the next thing that happens is we send text message to the business owner that, oh, this is your, what's it called, your report. You made profit or you made loss. You understand? So that's how it works.
Okay. So now we talked about your agent already. Let's talk about your app. What are the things your app can actually do? And then you said the app can't actually do everything, especially for the market women. What can it do and what can it not do?
So for the app, it's targeted towards medium-sized businesses, startups. So it's, of course, if you are able to use your phone very well and you have a laptop or your tab, you can create an invoice to your customer. Then you can create expenses. You can do bank reconciliation on the app. Then you can also do your purchase, your inventory as well, where it tells you whether your product has expired or is going to expire, those things, and gives you your inventory valuation that, oh, this is what you have, left in the store, and this is at this price, and your profits to make on that inventory to tell you that. So the app is targeted towards let's say semi-literate people that can easily use a mobile app, and small businesses and there are some small business owners that can use app very well and can use what's it called, tab and even laptops. So that's where we targeted that too. So that's then the other part, which is the one that has the agent part, is where people that are not literate, you understand, to be able to, so that we can be able to put everybody on our platform. It's just more like a financial inclusion tool to help everybody, help business owners, and nobody's left out.
All right then. So what are the things that this app cannot do?
Oh yeah. So what the app cannot do is that you can't do let's say, okay, more like,
because it is only God that can do everything.
Yes, exactly.
It's only Him that what God cannot do does not exist.
Yeah.
But you see that app.
Yeah. So what it cannot do is I'm trying to. Well, it does inventory, it does expenses. Okay, so yeah, what it cannot do, that's on your own, because the app is a two-layer system.
Okay,
you understand? The two-layer system means that the business owner that is handling what's it called, whatever thing you are doing, like your sales and everything, is your daily activities. So that the business owner cannot be doing balance sheets, income statement, cash flow. You cannot be doing all those things, budget. So the second layer is where the bookkeepers, you have bookkeepers, so that they have access to that. So they use whatever thing you have done to now generate your income statement, your balance sheet, and all those things. So what it cannot do that is that it cannot scan. Like you can scan.
Ideally, just
Yes.
take a look at your product and scan,
Yeah,
and
you
then
cannot
have
scan.
it recorded
No,
automatically.
It cannot scan for now. For now, it cannot scan.
As we wrap it up on the show, what's one underrated piece of advice you give every aspiring or struggling entrepreneur about managing their financial records?
Okay, so the advice I would just give is don't see your business as something that doesn't need record keeping, that is too small. I don't think I need this now or something. I believe that even no matter how, even if you're running business from the city room, you understand, if you don't have a location, you're just doing offline. Even if let's say even let me use the worst case, like there's something they call I'm trying to remember that word. It's actually an Igbo word.
Oh, okay.
Like apricot, people that go to the market, I don't have a shop.
Okay.
They
Like window shop.
Yes. You understand? But I've seen people that have built their own. They built their own business with that thing. Yes, they built their business with that thing. Like they were just. They know people want to buy.
Yeah.
They know the right people to meet. They put their margin and they get it done. I've seen people that have opened their stores and they're.
All right, we're running out of time. Finally, how can we get to know more about Ploutos Page and to get your support? How can we reach out to you?
Okay, yeah, well, you can go through we have the websites, we have social media on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and so when you see a number, the number is on WhatsApp. You can reach out directly, and someone will definitely.
You want to mention your social media handles?
Okay, so that's Ploutos Page.
Okay.
Ploutos Page, yeah.
Ploutos Page Limited.
Just Ploutos Page. They will
Ploutos Page.
Yes, to take them to.
On which of the platforms?
All the platforms.
All the platforms.
Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
All right, then. I must say a very big thank you to you, Olapeju Nwanganga, CEO, founder, Ploutos Page Limited, for coming on the program. All right, this is where we drop the anchor on today's edition of Accelerate Lagos. We have discussed bookkeeping practice and business on Accelerate Lagos today. Maximum thanks to Olapeju Nwanganga and the rest of the social media crew. Big thanks to Victor Oteri. Our executive producer is Tayo Akonli. My name is Taiwo Barowa. The program makes a return next week, Wednesday at 10:15. Enjoy the rest of your day, Lagos.